Well, hello, man cavers. Here's today's stupid hat. Well, we are going to be today doing a bit more on the Villiars. We are going to using one of these knotted wire wheels. We're going to just scoosh over this tin work. Try and get her back to bare metal. Roll the credits. Welcome to the man cave. Let the games begin. So, guys, here we go. We're halfway through taking this petrol tap out. I've just unwound it most of the way. We want to see what our filter is like. Our little fuel strainer. Not too bad, actually. I did the old hot water trick yesterday and soaked the cork. So, yes, our petrol tap should be working. And we're going to take the straps off the tank. I ought to, but in my experience, once you've done all that and painted it, you then mark your paint trying to put the straps on to line them back up. I've done this before. I've took straps off, painted everything off the engine. You go to put it on, you put the straps on, and then you mark all your paint, trying to get the straps done up. So, once bitten, 3 times shy, I am going to leave the straps on, I think. There is some crap inside this fuel tank. Let's take that cap right out. We don't want that in there. So we'll put it in the box of Villiars parts. There's some rubbish coming out of there. There really is. Anyhow, now then, I'm not one for wearing goggles as a rule. I tend not to like looking through them. But when you're using one of these knotted wire wheels, oh yes, you need. Now let me move this light because I'm noticing that it's not the best. It's shining in the camera. There you go. Yes, I'm really not a fan of using goggles, but these wire wheels, whew, bits fly out of them everywhere. So yes, goggles or even a full face shield is pretty much essential. Along with my stupid hat. Now then, I'm geared up. I need my gloves. Then we can get this thing sanded. Oh, if you hear me making some noises, I've hurt my back. Yesterday, doing that damn lister, I did hurt the bottom of my back. Too much pulling and cranking about. Nothing went click. I didn't feel anything go click. So I'm pretty sure I've just strained it. Do you know what the sad thing is? 20 years ago, I could have hawked and lifted and done that all day, not one twinge. Oh, this is signs we're getting old, guys. I'm not even 50 yet. I'm nowhere near 50, I'm still 21. Right, let's get this thing fired up, see if we can get this paint off. I'll probably forward through this because it's going to be noisy. And yeah, let's go. go. Couple of minutes. What was that? 40 seconds, 1 minute. We'll strip that down to bare metal. So, I'll pause this video and we will turn it back on when I've got the rest of this done. Or shall I do it in forward through it? No, I'll do it all in forward through it. Here we go. I just noticed somebody had actually painted over that original decal. There's still the original decal under there, look. Well, ain't that a swine? The original Barford Atom decal. That looked like they'd just painted over the top of it. It's all coming through now. Oh well, too late now, guys. We are back with a stripped fuel tank. Back to bare metal. All the old tank and decals are off. All the old paint, sorry. So, yeah, I'm quite happy with how this has come out, actually. I don't see a lot of dents in the tank. Certainly good enough for the girls we date. So, let's put him over there. Suppose we'd better get on with this bit, hadn't we? I've put the reinforcing bracket back in so I know where it goes. So I'm just going to take that back out again, because that's going to have to be tiger sealed in there, because you can't get into that blower house and clock obviously when that's on the engine. So I have got some new bolts for it. There we go. Let's take this out. Put our new bolts in. Believe it or not, these are M6s. I took it to KO Nut and Bolt, and the lovely guy in there got his little things out. He got his little BSF and all his little calipers out and tried screwing them in, and he said, you know, that's an M6. Who would know? But there you go. Unless someone's changed them at some point. Do we try and take this cover off? We ought to, really, because that's got to be a job to cut round that to look neat. So I think, yeah, we probably ought to try and get this plate off. Yeah, well, there we go. Let me take these silly goggles off. I'll see if we've got a suitable drill bit. And then we'll try and get that off. Alright, we are back. And I found some suitable drill bits, I think. There's a bit bigger one there. Alright, let's see if we can get these rivets out. Alright, whether these will come out, hopefully they will quite easily, without damaging our plate. Oh, there's one out. That's when they spin is the problem. There's two. There's three. There's four. And then we need to try and prise this plate off without distorting it too much. How are we going to do that? We want my little scraper to go underneath, don't we? Alright, let's see if we can just... Of course, this has been painted before, this plate, because there's overspray around the outside of it. Oops, this bottom one hasn't quite gone, look. There you go. There we go, look at that. There is our plate off. So we can give that a clean up. And I've still got the same curvature to go back on, so excellent stuff. In the tin he go. There. Use a nice slow speed on your drill, guys, when you're trying to drill out bits like that. You want a nice slow speed on it. And put our drill bits, nip them back up where they come from. Well, ain't no good, is it? Spell out. There we are. Right. Plate off. Tell you, we haven't took them rivets right out, have we? We need to push them through now. So we need to get our little punch and push them out. Alright, let's see if we can pop these right through. That's one through, two through, three through. There we go. Rivets right out. Right. I'd best get goggled up and get sanding, hadn't I? There we go. Yeah, there we go. We have done our door, and all our tin is back to bare metal. Do we paint this on or off the engine actually? Because on the engine you'll actually hold it and you can move it about. And then we can paint the bolt heads at the same time, can't we? I'm wondering if we should... No, I'm wondering if we should clean this out inside. Just stick this bracket back on. And then put it on the engine. And paint it on the engine. Not the fuel tank, just this tin. And then add the tank later. I'm wondering if that's actually a decent idea. No, we'll do it off the van. We'll do it off the engine. I can manipulate that back on there neat enough. Right, let me clean my workspace up. As I was saying about these bits, look at that. That piece of steel. There's no end. I mean, I can gather them up here, just the ones that have come off in the bench. I mean, these come off everywhere. These wheels really are quite dodgy. I mean, I can't pick them all up, but we've got one there, one here, look. Another one here, I've dropped one. Here, these are all the metal spikes that have just come out of that wheel. Please guys, if you're going to use one of these coarse knotted wheels, wear goggles. Please do. Safety is most important. You only get one set of eyes, guys. You only get one set of eyes. And I think once they're gone, you'd miss them. So let's have a tidy up. And then we'll see if we can get some paint done here. God, there, look at all that red dust and paint what we've got off there. I'm picking up no end of them. I'm picking up no end of them metal shards now in the bin. There you go. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, there's some dust about here. Alright. We want a nice clean environment for painting, don't we? What's happened to my wall? Wow, that's actually coming a lot better, look at that. I have got a nice big sheet of stuff to go over here now. To act as a wipe clean backdrop so I don't keep dirtying the wall up. So I will be getting that up. I will just repaint this wall white and then stick that bit over the top of it. Time for a cold snack. Right, I shall get this lot set up, ready to paint. Right, here we go, guys. We've got a little bit of white spirit. I've drew a nail in the bench. Do you know why I've put that nail in the bench? That tank, look, wants to naturally sit like that. When we're painted up, we don't want the paint sitting on that corner. We can just hook him over that nail, and we've got a gap under there now, look. Anyhow, we want to get all this dust off and contaminants. So we'll just get a bit of clean cloth and just nip over this with some white spirit. I would normally use panel wipe for this, but I don't have any panel wipe here. Yeah, we'll just give this a little white spirit down. Which will hopefully evaporate quickly. There we go. There we go. Don't that look good? Don't that look good? I have done all sides of them legs into here. Right, there's our tank. Let's give our tin work a wipe. And then we can get that red hammerite what we used on the engine. We can get that on here. There we go. You know, this tin work is in really, really nice condition inside. They ain't rotten at all. I'm really, really quite impressed with that. So, right, we're white spirited down. This is where you need your panel white, because that would have evaporated by now. But instead we've got to dry it, so to speak. There we go. There we go. That's our little flappage. Here's our tank. There. Which we're getting dried off nicely. So we're not spraying this, so it ain't got to be brilliant, but it needs to be good. I mean, we're brush painting anyhow, so there we go. See, we can hook that tank on there. So if I do the first bit of the tank, if I do it around here, then I can get it hooked and then do the rest, can't I? So let's get our brush down. We're using a Harris brush because I quite like Harris brushes. There we go. I don't know what size this is. That's a 1-inch brush, look. My dad would say, far too big, you want a 1/2-inch brush. Well, I'm not that patient. Alright, let's get our red hammerite. Or should I say smooth right, because this is not the hammered finish, this is the smooth finish. But we'll see just how smooth it is. As somebody rightly said, there's a fire station somewhere looking for their paint. Oh, I can't remember who, someone read it in the comments. There's a fire station looking for a missing tin of paint. Yeah, you're right there. It's a bit like that, isn't it? There we go. Let's just give this a little lick round. There we go. There we go. Yeah, she's covering now. She's covering now. I don't believe it. A Harris brush has actually lost a bristle. That's quite unusual. They don't normally lose bristles. They are normally quite good. There you go. We'll slowly give her a coat around here. Get all done underneath. There we go. Somebody also said about what hammerite's made of these days, because the old stuff, if you went over it, that used to rimple up. Yes, I remember that. This stuff tend not to do it so much. This stuff don't tend to rimple up quite so much as the old stuff if you overcoat it. I knew exactly what he meant when he said that. Yeah, let's just give this a brush up underneath. This is the side no one's going to see, so I wouldn't, wouldn't worry too much. Although we want it nice, guys, we still want it nice. This atom got to look nice all over, really, so. There. And you are going to see these tank brackets when you look on the back of the engines. So we'll do them nice. There we go. Let's do the inside of this tank bracket. I think we got all, haven't we? Jeez, she's got. There you go. And where that's just sitting on them little arms, that don't really matter, because I can sort of, you know, we can sort that out at a later date. We can just nip them edges off. Unless you hang these up for a string. But if you want to bench paint them, this is about your option. So let's now get our tin done. Can you see? So this paint looks a bit orange in here, but it actually isn't. It is actually red. So there we go. Let's get this paint on. Oh, this bit's under the plate where you're not going to see it, but that ain't the point. We still want it looking nice. So you know and I know. Oh, it's been painted nice under that plate. I know. Yeah. Oh yeah, she's looking very good. She is looking very good. And give me love forever. What am I singing? Yeah. This is very therapeutic, you know. I don't like brush painting a lot. It's slow. If I'd have sprayed this, I'd have had 3 coats on the whole lot of this by now, and that would have been done. But it weren't sprayed when that was new, so I'm afraid we're keeping as original as we can, but going old school brush painting. Yeah. Old school brush painting, look, there we go. We've got to be careful to make a really nice job of the bits what people see. Well, there's a lot of this that don't get seen. But that's either going to be covered up or whatever, such on and so forth. Now we need to get this out so we can paint underneath. There we go, there's underneath our cover. There we have it. Right. Come on, stand up, you son. Right. We've got to come around this side. Ah, there's a grab underneath. Brilliant. I didn't realise there was a fin inside. I can actually hold. Look. There we go. That's better, isn't it? I can actually hold and paint this properly now. What this bracket's for on here, I haven't got a clue, but I didn't bother taking it off because I thought them screws aren't going to come out. And to be honest with you, it's only going to go back on again, so I didn't see no point taking it off. You can't really see what I'm doing here, can you? But I am painting. I am around the back of this thing painting. There's a bit of pitting on the steel around that plug hole. So I think with this hammerite being nice and thick, I think if we put that on there rather thick, that'll build a lot of that up and get rid of it. Well, that's actually starting to come. That's actually looking really good. That is looking really good now. Right, let's get this little back plate done. This is the little hinge bit, what goes around the back of the head. There. And in the back here, look, we just need to paint in the back. Yeah. There we go. So we're pretty much done all in the back there. Around the inside of that blower housing. And let's see if we can stand this up now without damaging nothing. There we go. And what are we looking like round the front here? Which is the bit we're going to see. There we go. I think really what we can be doing now is I think now we'll put this heater on and just leave these things to dry for a bit. But at the minute, yeah, I'm quite happy with this. I think that's coming quite nicely. Coming quite nicely. Yeah. Yeah, that's flowing out a bit. There we go. Perfect. There we are. I'm just going over it just to make sure there's no runs in there. No runs that are going to give us issues or look unsightly. Can't see any runs. And then around the hole, there's some on the front of the tank. Which is bad because that's where we actually see all around here. And they're starting to run around. Well, this bit's actually the bit between the engine and the... This is the bit between the engine and the block under here, isn't it? So the bit we actually see is this bit here and the ends and this top. So what's down there between the... What's down there between the engine and the block isn't that vital, but I don't want any runs nevertheless. There we go, we got it. Right, I think we're there, guys. So, I'm going to wash this brush out. Put this damned heater on. Where is the plug for my heater? There we go. Right, we'll get this plug on, get this brush cleaned out. And we're going to be just about done. Now, you know what hammerite is like, guys. You won't touch this probably for a couple of days. Because that's not the sort of quickest stuff to dry hammerite, is it? So that'll really be, what is it today? Friday, isn't it? It's probably going to be after the weekend now before we can even get these back on the engine. So I don't want to leave fingerprints on them. So we'll leave them a couple of days to dry. It's Friday today. I'll probably post this video Saturday, I should think. And then we can start getting it back on. I'm just cleaning my brush out. I'm not being antisocial. This is where we splash the bloody cleaning liquid all over our fresh paint. Right, so that is going to be it, guys. Thank you for watching. I know most of you like and subscribe, but for those of you that haven't, do the old like and subscribe, and then next time we'll have more content on this thing. And our big lister, I'm still getting used to him being in the shed. So there we go. Right, I'm going to go now, guys. Catch you later. Bye-bye for now. Ha-ha!